Hi boys and girls, today is Tuesday and I hope that everybody is staying cool. It's really hot today and we're supposed to get, I heard on the news, we're supposed to get a cold spell, but really they should have just said a cooler spell because I think instead of it being 99 degrees, it's supposed to be a high tomorrow of 90 degrees, which is still pretty hot. But I hope that everybody is being able to do some things that they're enjoying and that you're staying cool. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm really not going out for anything today. I pretty much went out and took care of the stuff in the yard early this morning before it got hot. So today I just wanted to spend a little time with you and do a little read aloud for you. And this is just for fun. All of these read alouds during the summer here are just going to be for you to have something that you can listen to a story for fun. And today's story is called No Roses for Harry. Now this is Harry. He's a dog. And you can see here he's got a sweater on. I know you've probably seen little dogs wearing little jackets and sweaters. Sometimes people do that, and it has some roses on it. So maybe that's what this is going to be about, is his sweater. Let's see. Harry was a white dog with black spots. On his birthday, he got a present from Grandma. It was a woolen sweater with roses on it. Harry didn't like it the moment he saw it. He didn't like the roses. Look at his face. He looks at that and he's like, ugh. I don't want that thing. When he tried it on, he felt cozy and snug, but he still didn't like the roses. He thought it was the silliest sweater he'd ever seen. Look at him looking in the mirror himself. He's like, are you guys kidding me? Making me wear this? The next day, when Harry went downtown with the children, he wore his new sweater. When people saw it, they laughed. When dogs saw it, they barked. Harry made up his mind then and there to lose Grandma's present. So it says he made his mind up to lose it. And a lot of times, most of the time when you really lose something, you lose it by accident. But it says he made up his mind to lose it. I think he's gonna lose it on purpose. When they went into a big store to shop, the children took off his sweater and let him carry it. This was just what Harry wanted. First, he tried to lose it in the pet department. Here they are taking his sweater off, and look at him. He puts it up here and he tries to leave it there. Looks pretty happy with himself. Let's see if that works. And he gets rid of the sweater. But a man found it and gave it back. So here comes somebody bringing back the sweater. Like, oh, you forgot your sweater. And look at Harry. He's like, well, doggone it. Then he tried to lose it in the grocery department. So here he is putting it on the bottom of somebody else's shopping cart. And he got that little smile again, like, I've done it now. Finally, I'm rid of that thing. But a lady found it and gave it back. So here she comes, bringing back his sweater, and he's like, are you kidding me? He tried to lose it in the flower department. I guess he thought it would blend in with the real flowers. And look at him, he's happy again. The kids don't know he keeps doing this. They're not paying attention. Oh, wait a minute. Look at the picture. What do you see here? Who do you think's going to bring it back to him this time? But a little boy found it and gave it back. So now he just looks mad. Look at him. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't get rid of this sweater. The children didn't let Harry carry it anymore. They made him wear it. As they started home, Harry was beginning to think he'd never lose it. He's like, I am stuck with this sweater forever. Doesn't look too happy, does he? When he got home, his friends were waiting to play with him, but Harry didn't feel like playing, so they left him alone. Aw, poor Harry. As he sat wondering what to do, Harry noticed a loose stitch in his sweater. He pulled at the wool, just a little at first, then a bit more, and a little bit more. Harry didn't know it, but a bird was watching. He's down there kind of pulling on a thread. A bird is watching him. In a minute, Harry had pulled out quite a long piece of the wool. The end of it lay on the grass behind him. Suddenly, the bird flew down. Quick as a flash, she took the end of the wool in her beak and flew away with it. It all happened before Harry could even blink. So she grabs the thread and takes off. The sweater began to disappear right before Harry's eyes. First one leg, then the neck, then the other leg, then the back, and finally, the whole thing was just one long, long piece of wool flying off into the sky. The sweater was gone. Harry could hardly believe it. He barked and jumped with joy. Then he ran out of the yard. So his dream finally came true. The sweater is gone. He ran down the street barking "Thank you" to the bird over and over again. The bird and the wool were just a tiny speck in the sky, but Harry kept following them. He came home thirsty and tired and was having a drink in the kitchen when the children ran in. "We got a letter from Grandma," one of them said. "She's coming to visit us," shouted the other. Harry thought of the sweater and his tail drooped. Before Grandma came, the family looked everywhere for the sweater. They wanted her to see how nice Harry looked in it. Of course they couldn't find it. Only Harry knew why. I think he's feeling a little guilty because Grandma's going to come and she's going to want to see him wearing his sweater, and he knows that sweater is long gone. When Grandma arrived, Harry ran to her with his leash. Then he sat up and begged. "All right, Harry," said Grandma. "After I've had my lunch and a nap, we'll go for a walk." That afternoon, Harry and Grandma and the children started off on their walk. Harry barked happily and pulled towards the park. When they got to the park, Harry pulled harder. The children let him off his leash and he ran on ahead. He seemed to be looking for something. All at once, he stopped under a big tree. He looked up and began to bark and wag his tail. Grandma and the children came running. They got to the tree and looked up too. Suddenly, one of the children said, "I see a nest. It's made of wool," said the other, "and it's the very same color as Harry's sweater," they shouted together. "It is Harry's sweater," exclaimed Grandma. Just then a bird looked out of the nest. "Look, Grandma, look," shouted the children. "Harry gave his sweater to a bird." "I wonder how he did that," said Grandma. The bird sang, and Harry wagged his tail even harder. Look at the nest. It looks like his sweater. The bird put it back together, but she put it together as a nest. At Christmas, Harry got a present from Grandma. It was a new sweater. Harry liked this one very much. When he tried it on, he felt as cozy and snug as the bird in the nest. But best of all, it was white with black spots. So Grandma made him a sweater that looked like his fur. Isn't that cute? And he's happy with this one, isn't he? I hope you enjoyed today's story. And next week, I'll be back with another story for you. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.